Hey cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking all about that scratchy little tongue that your cat has. Some cats love licking their humans, and there are many different reasons why. So are you wondering what's going on in that mind of theirs when they lick you? Then stay tuned because we've compiled a list of possible reasons why your cat might lick you. But before we get into it, let's explain why your cat's tongue feels so scratchy. Oh, and if you enjoyed this kind of content, click that like button as it helps other cat lovers find our videos. And we all know that cat videos rightfully deserve to rule the internet. Alright, now let's get started. If a cat has ever licked you, then you know their tongues feel very scratchy. Some people even compare the prickly feeling to sandpaper. This is because a cat's tongue has backwards facing barbs that are made of keratin. These barbs help them scrape the meat off the bones of their captured prey. After all, cats are obligate carnivores, meaning that they need to eat meat in order to survive. So it makes sense that Mother Nature would equip them with tongues suited for meat eating. Cats also have scratchy tongues to help them during the grooming process. As they lick themselves, the barbs help remove dead hair, debris, and parasites from their fur. Pretty neat, right? So now that we know why cats lick themselves, let's talk about why they might lick you. Number 1. You taste yummy. Your cat could be licking you because they taste something good, one example being salt. Although human perspiration is mostly made of water, it also contains a small amount of salt. And according to PetWebMD, some cats might like the taste of the salt that naturally builds up on human skin. Another thing they could be tasting is food residue. And no, we're not calling you a slob, but remember that cats have a much stronger sense of smell than humans. So it's possible for a cat to be attracted to a small amount of leftover food residue on your skin. After all, some cats love trying to get their paws on their human's food. So if you recently spilled something or have some crumbs on you, it's possible that your cat is licking you to get the taste of it. Hey, let's just say they're mopping up for you. Number 2. Your cat wants to comfort you. Cats are smart creatures and can notice when you're feeling down. This is why if you're feeling sad or stressed, your cat might come to you and start licking you. According to Dr. Sarah Ochoa, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, if you are stressed, your cat may lick you to calm you down or make you feel better. And how heartwarming is that? Cats behave like this not only with humans, but also other cats in the wild. They like comforting each other and making sure their fellow cats are calm and happy. Dr. Ochoa also says that cats can sense illness in other members of their group. This means that whenever you're feeling sick or unwell, your cat might lick you as a way of saying that you aren't alone in this difficult time. Number 3. Your cat feels anxious. Some people have nervous tics that happen when they feel anxious. For example, some of us bite our nails while others pace around back and forth. In the same way, licking can be a sign that your cat feels anxious. In other words, a cat might have a grooming tic that manifests whenever they feel stressed. And since grooming and licking themselves is a huge part of their day, it shouldn't be too surprising that this tic is possible for an anxious cat. According to Jody Ziskin, who is a healthy pet coach, some cats lick as, quote, a way to comfort themselves. While they may lick themselves during this tic, they may also lick you for comfort if you share a close bond. Jody also explains that a way to tell if licking is stress-related is if it goes on for an extended period of time. So don't worry at first, as we're revealing here, there are many other reasons your cat might be licking you. So it doesn't always mean he or she is anxious. However, be on the lookout for bald spots, too much scratching, or too much licking. If you notice any of these signs, it's time to call your veterinarian. Number 4. You are loved by your cat. Congratulations! If your cat is licking you, then it could simply mean that he or she loves you. You've probably noticed that cats don't go around licking every other person. That's because licking can be reserved for their special loved ones. Don't you feel honored now? This possibility makes sense if we look at how cats behave with each other. Just as licking can be a sign of affection between cats, it can also be a cat's way of showing love to their human. But as we mentioned earlier, just keep a lookout for excessive licking, as it might mean that your cat is anxious. When in doubt, ask your vet. Number 5. Your cat is feeling possessive. If you own more than one cat, then you may have seen your cats get jealous of each other, and well, they can't help it. Cats are naturally territorial animals, and they probably consider you as their property, so to speak. So some cats might mark their territory through licking. This is because cats communicate by marking objects and other animals with their scent. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely prefer licking over the other way. So the next time your cat starts licking you, you should feel pretty special that he or she may be telling the world that you belong to them, because we all know that cats own us, not the other way around. Number 6. You're a part of their group. If you have more than one cat, then you've probably seen them licking each other's faces as they play. It looks pretty cute, but why do they do that? Well, it's because it's their way of showing familiarity and acceptance. Cats only lick each other when they consider one another as family. The same can be applied to you, so if your cat is licking you, it could mean that they see you as family. This is why, according to Dr. Ochoa, once they have come to care for you, they will treat you the same way as any member of its group. A great honor, right? And this is yet another possibility that makes sense when we look at overall cat behavior. Since cats communicate in several different ways, such as headbutts and vocalization, licks are just another way that they can communicate their affection. Number 7. Your cat thinks you're dirty. We all know that cats groom themselves with their tongues. As mentioned earlier, the barbs on their tongues help remove dead hair, debris, and parasites from their fur. So with that in mind, if a cat licks you, it could mean that he or she thinks you need a cleanup. This is because cats only groom those they consider as members of their group. Whenever a group of cats is living together, there is usually a designated allo groomer that licks and grooms the other cats in the group. This is their way of ensuring that everyone in the group is clean. The term allo grooming refers to social grooming between members of the same species. When it comes to cats, allo grooming only occurs in an established colony. As we mentioned earlier, you could be considered part of that group. This possibility can also answer the question, why does my cat bite me, then lick me? Well, along with licking, biting is also part of their grooming process. So if your cat is nipping at you while licking, don't get offended, because they are just trying to clean you the way they clean the rest of their family. Number 8. Your cat wants attention. Have you been very busy lately? Do you remember the last time you played with your cat? Well, if that's the case, then your cat may lick or even nibble at you simply because they want attention. With this in mind, always take some time each day to give your cat attention so they feel loved and comforted. As we mentioned in our recent cat myths video, a common myth is that cats like to be left alone. However, the truth is that cats desire love and attention from their family every day. They just aren't as obvious about it. So if your cat has been licking you, ask yourself, when was the last time you gave your feline friend attention? And if you have been busy, keep in mind that experts recommend leaving your cat alone for no more than 8 to 10 hours at a time. Number 9. Your cat feels unwell. I know, this is a reason that every cat parent fears, but it has to be said. If your cat feels unwell or has some sort of medical condition, they might lick you. For example, ailments such as nausea, pain, or discomfort can lead to licking, which could be a coping mechanism similar to Possibility 3. If you think this doesn't happen, we have a real-life example for you. Dr. Allison Gertkin, a resident in veterinary behavior, says that she discovered inflammatory bowel disease was the cause of her cat's licking. So when it comes to excessive licking, this is yet another reason to follow this rule. When in doubt, ask your vet. Number 10. It's a throwback to kittenhood. Finally, licking might also be a throwback to when your cat used to nurse. For example, kneading, snuggling, and licking are behaviors that kittens display when drinking their mother's milk. With that said, if a cat licks you, it could mean they feel safe and secure with you, just like they once did with Mama Cat. Speaking of kittenhood, some experts believe that if a cat licks excessively, it's a sign they were weaned too early. So they may display this kitten-like behavior as a result of not suckling enough as a kitten. But as you've probably figured out by now, this explanation is just one of several possibilities. So now that you've heard this list of possibilities, how do you know which reason applies to your cat's licking? Well, in order to figure out what's going on in their little mind, pay close attention to your cat's behavior as a whole. And as you monitor them, try to think if any of the scenarios we mentioned apply. Do they seem anxious? Do they want to show affection? And so on. Just look out for clues. Now you may be wondering, in the meantime, how do you stop your cat from licking you? There are times when your cat's licking can get quite distracting, annoying, or even painful. If that's the case for you, here are some tips to prevent your cat from licking you. The first tip is to redirect their attention. For instance, when your cat starts to lick you, redirect their attention to something more interesting like their favorite toy. Another tip is to simply get up and walk away when the licking starts. Eventually, your cat should put 2 and 2 together. Also, always reinforce positive behavior. So when your cat interacts with you without licking, reward them with playtime or lots of pets. Finally, always make sure your cat has access to a variety of toys. So, does your cat lick you? And if so, do you know why? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you never miss another cat video. That's it for today, cat lovers. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Catterday for another video.